is like a demon. Sometimes, and let me show you something, and I will show you this. So fear is an indication that you don't know about something. Do you understand me? Fear is a lack of wisdom. You do not understand. So we bring a lot of fear. But overstanding and understanding is light. And light brings that courage or brings that bravery to overcome that which you thought you didn't know. You understand me? Now, that is why if you realize something, the most adventurous people are the most bravest set of people. Though they do not know what is on the other side, they still venture to overstand or to try to understand what is happening there. You understand me? So within yourself, ask yourself within your life, okay, everybody have worries, right? Everybody has issues that they're dealing with. But what separates one person from the next is the courage, is the determination, is the mindset of releasing of fear. It is the confidence within themselves. Just like I told you in the last video, where the ocean is a reflection of the sky. So you within yourself, the reflection within you is also reflecting out within the universe. So if you are operating in fear, fear of dying, fear of this, fear of that, you are attracting that energy. So that which you fear, you are basically manifesting it. You are giving power to it to create it because your mind is focused on that energy. Do you understand me? Whatever a person focuses on is what he is creating in the ether. And what he is creating in the ether, it is then manifested in the physical body, in the physical reality that we are living in. So if you within yourself, let me say one person is thinking about the worst scenario that's going to happen. Oh boy, I'm afraid to ride that bike. Yeah, if I ride that bike, I feel like I go fall. What he literally doing there is manifesting the fact that when he gets on the bike, he's going to fall. You understand me? So when you tell yourself, boy, I want to do this, but afraid. All right, I'll draw example. You have people who don't want to love no more because they have been broken by men or been broken by women. But I will show you this. When you hide yourself away, I said that you are putting yourself in a prison and you are stopping your growth and you are stopping the experience of having happiness within your life. Because let me show you something. In this life, it's like win and lose. Do you understand this? But nobody wants to lose. And what you have to understand, and even so the person lose, it is not about you lose, but it's the experience within the game itself. It is the experience within the game itself. Do you understand me? Because I just tell people every human being have a book. And you is the star of your book. And you know, just like you would like to watch movie and the star fall and the star mess up and the star lost everything and they wanted to kill the star and the star went through all sorts of drama. Sometimes the star dead at the end of the picture to save everybody else and sometimes he win. Do you understand? That is your life. This is your life. That is your book. So when you live in fear, and when you live with that mindset of I cannot, and I cannot, and I cannot, you see the universe basically listens to our thoughts. The universe listens to our thoughts. That is why God said, read of heart and read of mind. God reads our thoughts, our mind, everything. Do you understand it? The universe around us, in the environments around us, they hear our thoughts. Do you hear me? You would sit down right here and you would think about how, I wonder how Lisa doing, boy. And Lisa call you. Understand that is the reason why. So it is your thoughts is like a loudspeaker in the universe. So when you tell yourself nobody in here in your thoughts, the universe, God hearing your thoughts. So when you sit down there and you thinking in your mind, boy, that girl real sweet boy. Sometimes she just turn around and give her a smile. She spirit already hear what your mind say. And a lot of people don't know the secrets. Sometimes you sit down there and you say, boy, why this tree not bearing, boy? I wish I could get a little thing. Next time you come, you might see some flowers on the tree. You understand? So the tree hear your thoughts. So you may not utter it out physically because the language, English language or Spanish or all these languages that we speak, this is where you call a lower frequency energy. So in a higher vibrational frequency, words is not necessary. So what we do, we speak telepathically. We speak on a higher level of where words don't need to utter. So our thoughts is actually manifesting what it is that we put within ourselves. Do you understand this? So that is why I stay on the line, because I don't want to stay too long because I have some readings to do. But I want you to understand this. When it is you are looking for the worst in a scenario, you are creating it physically. You have to be not second guessing. You understand me? Now, God is a strong God, and therefore all God's creation is strong. Now, and therefore your will and your mindset, you must walk with the authority, knowing that God energy is inside of you. So then that expression of you will be of a strong expression. That expression of love will be a strong expression. And you do not allow the experiences of life to break you or to crack you in such a way that you move away from your godliness and you are living in a shadow of yourself rather than living in the fullest capacity of yourself. Human beings die and have not unlocked a lot of potentials that within themselves. You know, the old folks are saying that the cemetery is one of the richest places because of dreams that have never came to pass, because of things that people always wanted to do but never had the belly to do it. Do you understand this? You see, your life force, let me just wipe up my face there. Your life force is like your currency. Do you understand that? It is like your currency. So every time you go to work, you are giving out your currency in exchange for physical currency. Do you understand it? So whatever a man extends his energy to, is either growth or decretion. I will say, or for it to decrease. I'll explain. If you are born into a family of healers, the children within that family going to carry the information of being healers. But in this life, you're born and you tell yourself you don't know nothing about healing, but you might be working in an office. So the gifts of healing that you have inside of you never awaken or never come to the realization within this life. So you know is a healer, and you go on and you get yourself in a relationship with somebody who ancestors or who people or bloodline is warriors. So you as the healer on one side, and let me say your husband may be warriors on that side. The child that is born then has the energy of both healers and warriors. All right? And therefore, within themselves, you may find that the child may be expressing their war self. They only want to fight, and they like warring, they like this, they like gangs, they like this, they like that, they like that. You understand me? Because they have not activated the healing abilities within themselves. So the healer and the warrior must be balanced within the child itself. Now, this is for people who have come to the realization of who they are or who they come from within this reality. And a lot of people may not want to listen to what I say, but I will tell you. Now, there are a lot of Christians who they ascribe to understanding the word of God and Jesus, Matthew, Mark, all these things. They are ancestors. And I need you to understand this. An ancestor is a person that have walked upon the earth, have died, and they have ascended into the astral realm. Do you understand it? So when you read books or when you read notes and you read stories and scriptures and things of people that have existed before and died and gone, what you are doing, you are following in the footsteps of their lineage. So they now is like you say the spirit of adoption. Adoption means that it's not your family. That's what adoption means. It means that it's not your family. And so you have been adopted into this, or you have been adopted into that. So you know when you have an orphan, a child who's an orphan, they have parents that will come and they will adopt that child. The child is not from the bloodline, but they have been adopted to honor them in that particular way. Now there are people on this planet, they ascribe to other people who are not in their bloodline. So they of themselves are lost because they do not know who they are and where they come from, even though they have been adopted into a specific family. Do you understand? So it's not because you are Christian, it is wrong for you to understand who your ancestors is or where your people come from. You will then begin to understand who you are as an individual from a physical point of view and then from a spiritual point of view. You will understand why it is you behave a certain way, or why it is you have certain abilities, or why it is when you speak certain things that come to pass, why it is you just dream so much, why it is that you find you have an inner knowing that everything you speak come to pass. Then you will understand, because in the bloodline itself, through coming down to make you, there are people with certain gifts that have been inherited. Do you understand this? So these are the things that we must understand. So when it is you, like back to what I was saying, when it is you within yourself, see that strength and that power within you. It is emanating also from your bloodline and where you come from. So a lot of times it's like my ancestors telling me, you come from strong people. So why it is you having so much weakness within you? You could do this. Why there is so much fear in you? Overcome this. You understand me? So it's like they're now telling me through my blood, the information coming within the ether telling me, don't give up, because we never give up. Be strong, because we were strong. And can use wisdom, because we use wisdom. And then in the harshness of whatever you're dealing with, you understand and say, listen, the cycle of life is always moving and shifting and changing, my darling. And it is in your best interest for you to make wise choices and use wisdom to overcome this. You see, let me tell you something. Power is not having a gun in your hand. Power doesn't come that way. You see, a lot of times people who have power are very silent. You ever realize that? People who have power are very silent. You may not even hear about them. You know that? A lot of times, so people, when you see the backing and talking and all these things, and they always want confrontational, there is no power there. Power moves with wisdom. They know when to move and when not to move, when to act and when not to act. They look at the season and the time, and they analyze whether it is the condition is right. But a person who doesn't have that wisdom, they move carelessly, and then what happens is they put themselves in trouble. You understand me, my darling? I know it's a lot of things are now said there, but spirit this morning, they right through the talking to me, and they're talking and they're talking. And, you know, as they are coming on the line, just to remind you, just to remind my spiritual brothers and sisters out here, don't down your potential. Do not down your potential. You have to understand that your life is accounted for something. Whether your friend or family doesn't see the value of it, whether your boss doesn't see the value of it, you have to see the value of it. Do you hear me? You have to see the value of it. Whatever you value, it is what you're going to receive back. Do you understand? So whatever you value yourself as is what you're going to receive. If you do not see yourself having words, my love, you will not receive the words that is worthy of you. You understand me? So when it is you're taking disrespect from your husband or your wife, and she belittling you and tearing you down, darling, that is not Sunaye, because they lost the sight of the value that they had once seen in you. You understand me? So what happened is, instead of the value increase, it decreased. So a lot of times in relationship, it fall apart, because when it was supposed to build with value and understand the worthiness within each other, they lose that. So then it becomes disrespectful. And in the disrespect, your spirit within yourself knows its worth and value and say, I doesn't deserve this. I deserve better than this. I deserve more than this. You understand me? So what you value yourself, my love, is what is going to come to you. What you deserve. Because let me tell you something. You go and a man do a work for you, and he'll say, Give me something now, boy. Give me something now. Because you're telling yourself, you're thinking this man gonna be honest. But within himself, he's going to give you what you think you deserve. Not so, so it can be $1. You can't quarrel because you're now telling him, let me see how much I worth. But if you within yourself know your worth and say, I want $500, so this what? The man will say, no, I ain't able without, no problem. No problem. I know the value of my energy because my energy and life force is my currency in this realm. And that is why in the reality within this physical system that we have, each human being, the birth paper in itself is a value to the government to borrow money. So more people that who born, that certificate or that register they give you is indicating that you is a part of the collective that will be able to work to make certain amount of money. So they value you from birth in this physical realm. So, and because they understand that human resources, here's a learning, human resource. Just like you have the resource of the earth, and you have the resources from the sea, and you have the resources from this, and the resources of... So human resource is the energy they squeeze from you and I, so that they're able to get certain work done. So therefore, if you is giving out your energy for less than what you deserve, it is nobody's fault but your own. Because it shows how you see yourself. Do you understand, my love? So, sweethearts, you're in a relationship and you're begging all out for this man to see the love in you and to see the this and to see the that and to see the value in you, and you're not seeing and carrying him out and the person not seeing it at all. Darling, sugar plum, understand you have self-worth and you deserve to be honored, to be loved, to be respected. You see, God has given us certain blessings upon this earth, and these blessings is free for us to receive. But there are people that will not take it and say, all right, no thanks, eh? Thanks, like you're begging. You're not begging. God people doesn't beg. We beg, we stand, we ask, and then we receive. Do you understand? This is the authority that God has given to us. You speak and it is done. That is the power you have. So when you say, Father God, I want some rain, yes? Boom, rain come. You see me, it's so hot. I want breeze. Breeze come. You speak and it is done. Do you understand this? This is the power. This is the authority that human beings have in it. But the system and what we're living in, they tell you that you are unworthy. They tell you that you cannot do it. So they put the word cannot in your vocabulary as a spell to cast upon you. So that you tell yourself, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that. But then you are serving a God who does the impossible. You are serving a God who is everlasting. Why you think man's soul is everlasting, my love? Man's soul and spirit is everlasting because God is everlasting. And that God within you has made you everlasting within the spirit. Not your physical body. Your spirit is everlasting. That is why we go through cycles. Do you understand this? But they have taught you and they have deceived you and lied to you and pop you down to take away your power. To take away the power that you have to stand for that which you know you deserve. You have inherited certain things while you are here upon this earth. It is your right. It is your right. But they have told you that you don't deserve it because you're not bright. You don't deserve it because you're not this. You don't deserve it. Listen, darling. In the spiritual world, this physical education that we receive in this realm, small matter. Small matter. I tell you that. The education of this world is small matter. You hear me? It is small matter. You hear? It's the education that comes from the divine. What will outlast this world? What will put you to the understanding of who you are as an individual? Then you will be able to understand why do you get deja vu? Because your spirit have been there before. Why it is when you speak certain things it come to pass? Because he said by the words and it was manifested. God speak and it was done. And you will ask yourself, why I think about somebody and the person next to me had the same thought. And you ask yourself, why I think about something and it manifested. Because the universe is hearing what you're speaking within yourself. You understand this? This is what you need to understand, my love. When you understand this, you will take back your power. You will take back your authority. You will take back your strength that God has placed inside of you. Do you hear me? Because your mind will tell you, get up and take a little walk and stretch and exercise. But the food that you're consuming, the body sluggish and heavy and say, oh God, not today now. Not today now, not today now. Because the physical body then trying to rule and take control over the spiritual side of yourself. And you're within your mind, you have to be clean. Your mind has to be like the mother and tell this body, which is the child, listen to me. You see, this morning we're going to get up and we're going to walk. You hear what I'm telling you? And you have to obey me and get up and start to move. That is the power you have inside of you, that your own body must obey. Your body must obey. You have headache and headache and headache. You start to talk to that headache and say, listen, where the stinking headache come from? Go from here. You start to talk to your body. Talk to it as if it's a child. Because you running this vehicle here. You running that. So when you are sick, you are not making good choices for the vehicle, for the child. Because whatever your choices are is what is going to affect that vehicle. Do you understand me, my sugar plums? So, take a look around in your life and see the decisions you're making. Stop blaming this one and that one and that one. Whatever you consume or you're willing to consume is what will prolong and what will fester. It will raise you up or it will tear you down. But the pain, the will, and the choice is yours. Do you understand this? The will and the choice is yours. You want to stay in a relationship hoping that this person see you so good that they want to give you that love? You want to stay in this and take abuse, take tear down, take belittlement, and hoping that one day this person will see how good of a person you is? God already know how good you is. God already know how good you is. You don't need to prove no goodness to nobody outside of yourself. Because in the secret of your heart, which is the inner temple, where your soul and your core reside, God's temple is in there. That piece of God is inside of there. God knows everything about you. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody. If they happen to see it, you say, thank God, oh. Thank God, oh. If they happen to see it, thank God. But you don't need to kill yourself in trying to show somebody else how good you is. You understand me? Your mind, you see, people like to use psychology to beat down man. They know how to manipulate the thoughts. They know how to manipulate human beings to feel bad and make them feel like, oh God, think, well boy, think, whatever. But I want you to rise up and go into your higher thoughts, in your higher self and observe. Do you understand? If you don't understand something, say, I don't understand that, you know. You have fear. locking your back there and trapping you and throwing you on the ground. You don't understand nothing. But you won't even say, well, you know, I don't understand. Because fear in the back of your hole in your back, how you will learn and grow. You now stop yourself from growing there. You're in the church. How much time? They're doing all things. Also, what it is this is for, you don't know. Ting. Hear because you're fearful that they buff you and they be if I am something, I need to understand what I'm in. That is how serious it is. If I'm in something, I need to understand. I need to get the details of it. That is why I tell people, I have been a Christian most of my life. And when I started getting details and go down into the details, it's when I had a change of mindset. It's when my mindset started to grow and started to see, because the roots of it was shaky. The roots of it was shaky. And I can't stake my soul on something that is shaky. I had to have something that I know for sure. It can be, I could believe that I white. I could believe that. I could say here and say, I believe I white. That don't mean I white. But I know I'm black. I know it. Because I've seen it, I experienced it, I know. So that's the difference. And through experience, you begin to know. That is why they say experience is the greatest teacher. You could go 1,000 theology school and read your Bible from Genesis to Revelation. And you could come and stand up and quote 1,000 scripture. But if you have not reason or walk or to experience the energy and the power and the spiritual realm of God, you could say what you will be on the surface right through. You will be on the surface, you will just come out shiny. But when you have been battered and bruised, and God turn you so and turn you so, and all kind of spirit come in, and all kind of this, all kind of battle your face in, and you know for sure you have a God, then your mindset becomes different. Your mindset becomes different. You see, I'm going to show you something. When I used to walk, I used to be so scared. I used to be so scared. I was scared. I'm scared of this. I'm scared of if something moves, so I'm scared. I'm scared this. I'm scared this. I'm scared. And I used to stop and say, you see me, I fed up being scared. You ever tell yourself, you see me, I fed up being scared? I fed up being scared. And sometimes you have to tell yourself that, let me take a try. Let me take a try. Take a try and love. Win or lose, whether this person right for you or not right for you, take a chance. Because you are now growing. You have now come out. Even though you get a little bit of happiness, you experience happiness. You learn your lesson. But you there in fear. You want to walk, your knee hurting you, your this hurting you, fight through the pain. Tell your body he must obey you. And you do your little stretch right there. You're pushing your foot right there, pushing your foot. But your mind is telling the body, because the mind has the power of God. That is where you are manifesting. And you're pushing yourself there little by little. You know what you're going to do? You're going to overcome that. Let me tell you something. You can be born. I born in a family that is very broken. I am telling you, my love. I born in a family that was very broken. Hustle, yes. I know more pulling sane to buy milk, $40 for my children. I know it is to walk bare feet. I know it is to go and tie out goats. I know it is to tote water uphill, downhill. I have been through a lot in life. And let me tell you, yes, I'm young, but I've been through so much. That is why I could teach. You understand me? But the thing about it is, where you come from, it doesn't define where you're going. I will say it again. Where you come from, it doesn't define where you're going. What defines where you're going is the willpower and the determination within yourself to come out or to make a change or to make a decision that is going to be better. My love, let me tell you something. How much time within the generation, the cycle keep repeating itself. So this one drinking, that one drinking, that one drinking, so you drinking too. That one used to beat mommy, this one beating, that one beating, that one beating. You make your son, that one sort of beat too. When the cycle go change, it will change when your mindset say, I will not allow this generation to pass until this cycle be changed. I say it again. I will not allow this generation to pass until the cycle be changed. You must tell yourself that within your bloodline, within your family, within your children, within your legacy. Because every human being, we are written to come here. And the purpose that we are here, every day you're fighting to understand. You understand. You want to know what you're here for. Search within yourself your weakness and strength, your love and your passion, and you will see what you are here for. You will see what you are here for. Stop waiting for somebody on the outside to come and change your life for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to make the decision, the choices to do it for yourself. Your father was on the block, your daddy was a gangster, your uncle is a gangster, your cousin is a gangster. You don't have to be a gangster. The choices you make, what will change the outcome, because when your children are born, they must be better than you. It have people have a problem with the children being better than them. They are fools. They are fools, whether physically or spiritually. When your children are better than you, it means to say you have succeeded. You have done great things. It means to say that your generation moving forward will be on a next level than it was before. That is what it's going to mean. When your spiritual children is doing better than you, or come out and they are doing things, let me tell you something. You should feel proud. Feel proud. Don't feel they come to take your place and they feel like this and they feel like that. No, you are a fool. You are acting out of ego. You are acting out of pride. You are acting out of foolishness. Because for every seed that comes from a plant, that seed must be greater than the next one. You lying by the block, you hustling, you have to go and strip, you have to go and prostitute, you have to go and hustle, man, to make sure your children have. Make sure your children, when they have, they don't have to do that. That is why today, like I just always go back, and I give thanks, because we ancestors fight for we. We are free today. They die fighting. That makes sure that we are free today. Because of the death of them, we are free. And that in itself is a blessing. So when it is somebody coming to tell you about it is not good to understand your ancestors, or it's not good to understand and say thanks to your great-grandmothers, but the Bible says, honor your parents that your days might be long. Who are your parents, my love? Your parents is your mother, your father, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-grandmother. All of them are your four parents. But the very same thing, they hire burning out your family tree. Darling, yeah, there are things that they have to break. Cycles that have to break within the family. And again, the choices we make, that is going to affect the future. You understand me? You know it in yourself as a young mother that you grew up a certain way and you was hustling. Make sure your daughters don't have to do that. Make sure you're wearing all kind of panty pants at the side of the road. What are you attracting? You're attracting dangerous men to come wrong your children. Somebody interfere with you, and then you have your children, so you're making sure that they don't interfere with them. Make sure the cycle don't repeat itself. But if it is you are making choices that is attracting the same energy, that is attracting the same vibration, what is going to happen is going to repeat itself over and over and over again. And then you're asking yourself, how God could allow this to happen? God didn't allow that to happen. You allow it. And then telling God and saying it's God is not God. It's the choices that we make. The choices that we make. So what we need to do, my love, We need to reevaluate the choices that we're making. My love, you have no confidence in yourself. You feel like you start to love yourself. Love yourself. Stop it and start to pray. Say, boy, God, watchman, I thank you for this nose, yes? This nose real best, boy. God, I thank you for this eyes, yes? Me business who don't like these eyes, but you see me, I love my eyes, and that is what matter. You see this vessel I in? God, I thank you for this vessel. It's a little chubby, you know, but I'm not saying it's working. Thank you, Lord. And you have a problem, you work it out. You make a decision. Stop complaining. God fed up with weird complaining. Complaining. Right through is complaining. But we're not doing nothing to ease the complaint. Or we're not seeing the blessing that is in the complaint. But there's only complaint. God, why this? Why that? Check yourself. And see the choices you're making. And then blaming God. You want to know why it is the raping girl children doing this, doing that. What the girl children have on the road? People have said that is a choice. That is a choice. But let me show you something. We understand. Women are naturally. We are the sexual energy. We are the feminine aspect. We are the feminine goddesses. Do you understand that? We have nurturing and attracting energies. My love, if you are stand up there as a woman and you are looking sexy, you will attract because that is the feminine energy. We attract, we bring, we pull. Do you understand this? But you know, you're saying you're looking for no man, but your breast popping out of your clothes, your ass hanging out, but you come out like all kind of thing you're doing. We're looking for attention. You're looking for attention, my love. That is what you're looking for. Sometimes you attract the wrong thing. And then when there's problem, you end up in a drain somewhere. Rape and all these things. I'm not saying it's your fault, but understand the choices. I am telling you. There are people who wouldn't like what I'm saying, but they know about it. A lot of people don't like truth. So that is okay. Because we don't like truth. Mothers, you have your young daughters, 13 and 14 and 15 years, up and down the road, wearing the shortest piece of clothes, up and down the road. You're mad? In which grandmother house you doing that? In which old grandmother or grandfather house you doing that? You have to be mad. You wear short pants when you're going by the beach, you're going by the river. All this batty pum thing, keep it in your room. It is not for the road. You ain't reach the stage yet to go and get on that. But no, mothers go complain and say, but when she talking about, that is small matter. But when you attract, that is what you're attracting. That is what you're attracting. Don't vex with God. When you see some nasty demon, oh, they see it and like it more than you. Then you're crying, oh God, Father, oh God, Father. But what the choices you made concerning your children? What is the choices? What is the choices? Long time, you obey almost like the grandmother said. You're working, you want a nice shoes, all right, cut some bush. Go in the garden and plant 2 things. You hear what I'm telling you? And then when I find you work enough to show me you deserve this, I will no problem, I will give you. But nowadays, you want this 300, 500 shoes, 300 jersey, 800 on this, 2,000 on a phone. 2,000 on a phone? Darling, no sugar plum. $2,000, you have to show me you having A's in school. You have to be showing me, all your teachers must be telling me, very good job. All your teachers, when I meet them, must be telling me these things. No, the reason why I'm saying this, my love, is because parents need some straightening up. Because we causing the problem. And we don't want to accept the responsibility that we are causing a lot of problem with the children. Because of the choices that we are choosing. You afraid to beat your own? Darling, Saturday, when they start cussing your house and stoop and walk up on you, you cannot do that to your grandmother. You who big today, you could have do that to your grandmother, strips and say shit and damn. And go there, and when you gonna tell me that this is technology age? Technology age, darling, and parents' age could never done. Parents' age could never done. You ever tell you? My daughter is 15 years. She can't have no Facebook account. You mad? What you doing on Facebook? No, you don't need no Facebook. Facebook is not for you yet. When you reach 18, 19, you can have how much Facebook you want. You understand me? You reach the age. And because of the things you've done and all of that, I see that I could trust you so you can have what and do your thing. That's why the mothers had to beat their daughters on Facebook because they're shaking their ass. Because the very mother shaking she ass on the Facebook while the children stand up riding. So your children stand up riding and you twerking for on the Facebook. What you think she going to do? Behind your closed door before you walk out there. You turn and say, I never see that. Where she get her from? She get her from? She's seeing it with the adults. They're seeing it with the women. The adults are wrong. That's what they're seeing. Vex with me, darlings. That's okay. I know God loves me. Nobody else is going to love me. You see me? I know God loves me. Sure about that. I know my children love me. I know nature love me. I know the universe love me. So human beings, whether they want to bust them out and they don't like truth, that's no problem. Check yourself and stop this nonsense about technology age. Technology age, yes, our parents. Break the cycles that have been happening in your family. Break the cycles that have been happening in your generation. Break the cycles that have been happening in your house. Break it by the choices that you choose to make. Break it. Time to break that cycle. And then every human, and you know the thing, and everybody said the government need, and the government robbing people so they pay more security, more security, more security. Not our security. Get to the roots. Get to the roots. What is the roots? In the home. The parents' choices. Get to the roots. Go to the radio station and see what they're promoting. This, that. Explain to your children. I don't hide my children. I say, listen, you see all this cuss music and thing? I say, that is outside in the world. That's what they have. I can't hide that from my children. They know about that. But it's a respect. Because when you go to listen to it, they want to hear that. Because they understand the energy that it brings. My children understand energy. And you have to teach your children these things. No. And then what you emanate is what you attract in my love. What you emanate is what you are attracting. It's clearly little ones. I see them little ones. They feel them more woman than their mother. In whose house? You crazy? Wait. Uh-huh.